So, for those that don't know, Kathy's last name is Mackey. She says not to mix the Woods trash with the Mackey treasure. So, let's read up on what some Mackey people have done, because she's going to find out that even the name Mackey is not just her family. There's other people that carry the name Mackey that are going to fuck shit up, and she's not talking to them. No, she's on YouTube talking about a Woods to defend her family name. Let's see what the Mackeys are doing. There's a social media influencer named Douglas Mackey. Let's see what he did. Sentenced after conviction for election interference in 2016 presidential race. The defendant attempted to trick voters into believing they could vote by text message. Was he a Trump supporter? I bet he was. My family is, at least Kathy's version. Douglas Mackey was sentenced today by United States District Judge Ann Donnelly to 7 months in prison for his role in a conspiracy to interfere with potential voters' rights in the 2016 election for the office of the President of the United States. Douglas Mackey, also known as Ricky Vaughn, was previously convicted. I'm sorry, the name Ricky Vaughn is just so on par for our family. Convicted of the charge of conspiracy against rights at trial by a federal jury in Brooklyn. Mackey was convicted of the charge in March of 2023 following a 3-week trial. So there's one of ours. Let's see if there's any more. Looks like there's a lot about Douglas Mackey. Alright, I found another one, and this one is right here in California. Suspect in deadly Santa Monica shooting apprehended and identified as a homeless woman. A woman suspected of shooting and killing a man in Santa Monica Thursday morning has been arrested and identified as 27-year-old homeless woman. Police say Kayla Denise Mackey was arrested Friday morning in West Los Angeles. She's been identified as a suspect in the killing of William Edwards III, a 46-year-old Los Angeles man who was shot in a vehicle on 2600 block of 29th Street around 10:30 a.m. Witnesses say Edwards was badly bleeding before paramedics arrived on the scene to take him to a nearby hospital. He was pronounced dead later that afternoon. The suspect in the shooting was identified as a woman, and witnesses says there may have been some type of argument. Alright, none of that matters. All that matters is that the woman's name was Kayla Denise Mackey. Y'all see that last name of Mackey, right? Because that's what's important here. This is the name Kathy is trying to defend. In a 5-minute Google, I have found election fraud and random murder. You're defending that name well, Kathy. I found another one, and this one's actually in Georgia, where Kathy lives. Georgia man arrested during traffic stop for impersonating police officer. Jaredison Mackey was terminated from GDOT in January, retaining his badge and used to identify himself as an emergency response officer. Marietta, Georgia. A Kennesaw man was arrested last week off Highway 92 in Ainsworth for allegedly impersonating a police officer. Around 1 p.m. on July 20th, Ainsworth police observed Jaredison Mackey driving near Lake Ainsworth Drive off Highway 92 in Ainsworth. According to an arrest warrant, police noticed a 33-year-old driving a 2010 Dodge Charger, shining red and white lights as he had installed on his truck to weave through traffic. Following a traffic stop, the officers noticed Mackey was dressed similarly to law enforcement, with sleeve pouches on his shoulders and a utility belt with a holster for a gun, per the warrant. Mackey reportedly flashed officers a badge from the Georgia Department of Transportation. Mackey, who also identified himself as an off-duty highway response operator officer, and said he owns a funeral escort business, per the warrant. So, Mr. Mackey here is pulling the same thing that other guy tried to do. He keeps being arrested for police impersonation, and he says, no, I'm a funeral escort. I'm just banging on people's cars and screaming at them in traffic and using lights I'm not legally allowed to use. Way to go, Mr. Mackey. Here's another quick one. I had to open it up just to make sure I got a different person. This one is a James Mackey. This is from 2009. James Mackey appeals his conviction for possession of cocaine with intent to distribute. Yeah, the Mackey family is just as much trash as the Woods, huh? Now, I'm sure that if I kept looking, I could find her own children's mugshots. I'm not going to keep looking. The point was, our surnames are used by many people these days. The idea that you're going to go online and torment somebody for years because you need to defend your family name is ludicrous in a world where multiple other families carry your name and can fuck it up just by existing and living their lives. I've only shown you 4 examples of people not related to my family, but sharing the family name, doing criminal actions. So if Kathy is wanting to protect her family name, and her family name is not Woods, that's my family name. If she's here to protect her family name, then these people with the name Mackey are the people that she needs to be speaking to about their behavior. Because Mackey is actually her family name. Woods is my family name. And she's not protecting it or defending it at all by doing what she's doing. She's actually making things much worse. Because again, one day all of this is going to be seen by somebody who cares. And it's her children and her grandchildren that are going to pay for what she is doing to their family name. She proves how abusive this family is with every post that she makes. And they're not going to do anything to stop her. So they're going to have to face the repercussions of that one day. And I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. I feel a little bad, but I can't wait.